Hello, this is Manish Patel from ichimokutrade.com. Today is April 8th, 2014. This is a bi-weekly Ichimoku analysis for the currency market or Forex market. We're 2 weeks late due to my trip to Asia, which just completed, so we'll be back on schedule now. This is our normal disclaimer to state this is for educational use only. We're not soliciting you to buy or sell any particular instrument. All the charts you're going to see are basically from TradeStation. Okay. Here are our contact details here. You can contact us at any of our office locations here, or you could email us here at info@eiicapital.com, or you could go to our website, ichimokutrade.com, access our blog, Facebook, Twitter, free videos, and so forth. Okay, so let's go straight to the charts and start looking at currencies. Currencies have done a lot in the last couple of weeks. Remember, on the left-hand side is the daily time frame, and the right-hand side is basically the weekly time frame. So if you look at Australian CAD, it looks like a bullish trend here on the daily, but you could see here, all this is a major consolidation pattern here on the weekly time frame. It's an ugly consolidation pattern here, but all it is a consolidation pattern here. Now, this has gone bullish because it came above the cloud, so this could be a upward movement here to the top of the range. The key thing here is that this has got to go for a first pullback, and we're going to kind of see exactly what's going to happen at that level now. Okay, so the first pullback level it has to go through is about 99.41. Is a major support level here to see exactly what's going to happen. Minor support level is going to be about 70. Resistance on this guy, as you can see already, is at 1.0300. Okay, Australian yen. Really, it has had a bullish trend here, consolidating, which is, believe it or not, it's pullback level right now. So this is consolidating here, but this is still a pullback level for this big major trend here. So be very careful in thinking that this is just a regular consolidation pattern. It's still tilted very, very heavily to the bullish side. It's at a minor resistance level right now of 4,600. Support on this one's going to be about, I would say, 43.49 is the first support. Major support on this one's going to be 92.36 long term. Australian Switzy, if you look here, this is still bearish trending here on the weekly time frame. It's pulled back here to the green line and got above that, and that's basically what this looks like here, is a bullish trend here. However, this is a pullback for a bearish trend on the higher time frames of the weekly. It hit a major resistance, just 8,300. Until it gets broken that 8,300 level, we're not going to go for a major pullback here on the weekly at all. So that's a very critical level there. Support on this guy is going to be roughly around 80.68. It has to break that support in order to retest the low and continue with the trend going downwards. Australia, New Zealand, this is bearish trending on the weekly time frame, and you could see it's kind of hesitating here roughly around the support of 600, and due to that you're seeing a consolidation pattern here. Support on this one's going to be about 713, resistance is going to be about 1038, but basically it's in a no man's territory right now, where it's stuck between the 713 and the 1034. Australian USD, this is bearish trending here, and you could see this is pulled back here to the green line here and broken it. That's basically what this bullish trend here is starting to look like here, and you could see here, I zoom out a little here. Believe it or not, we're approaching a major resistance level, which is roughly around 9,400. Support on this one's going to be 9207, and the next one's going to be 9127. Whoops. Now, next is CAD Switzy. This is still bearish trending on basically the weekly time frame, and you could see it's gone up and gone above the broken a minor resistance level, which was basically around 80.12, which is now a support level. Next resistance level is going to be 83.35, but this is still bearish trending long term, and still does have potential to keep on going down. So keep an eye on this one very, very much, but I'll definitely keep on looking for bearish trades for the CAD Switzy. CAD Yen, here this is really not doing anything except consolidating. It's bullish trending, believe it or not, but this is a bullish consolidation pattern here, so this is still very heavily tilted to the bullish side. Resistance on this level is roughly around 95. Support right now is going to be roughly about I would say about 92.76 is the first minor support. Next one's going to be a major support at 91. Switzerland yen, this is still very strong bullish, and you can see it's starting to consolidate here, which is starting to look like an ugly consolidation pattern here on the daily time frame. The more this consolidates, the more this actually can sit there and start to look bearish on the daily time frame, which would basically pull back to the major support level at 112.97. Resistance on this guy is about 118. Euro Australian, if you look here, this is bullish trending here. It's starting to go and start to look like it's trying to go for a first major pullback that it's had for a very long time, and that's why you're starting to look like a bearish trend here on the daily time frame. Resistance on this level for it to sit there and go for a pullback level, major resistance is 51.15, which is pretty much do or die for the pullback level, or for it to continue to go higher. The minor resistance level is going to be 94.40. Sorry, 49.40. Euro CAD, here you could see this is basically still very strong bullish trending on the weekly time frame. However, it's broken a minor support level, so that's now a resistance at 52.42. Next support level is going to be basically 47.34. Euro Switzy, really not doing anything, so we're going to skip that one. Euro DKK is bullish trending here, continuing to move upwards. Support level is going to be 46.40 and 46.08. Euro Pound, starting to show, believe it or not. Let's look at this in a larger point. This is an ugly pattern, but this is slowly moving down. Believe it or not, it held a major resistance level at 83.70, bounced right off there and starting to make a move down. So this one looks like it's sit there and could start a bearish trend long term to the downside here on the weekly time frame, and at least get down to maybe about 8,000. So I definitely keep an eye on the Euro Pound as a potential to drop and go lower and lower, but it has to sit there and break minor support levels roughly around about 8,200. If it breaks that 8,200, then it could sit there and start a trend to the bearish side, but that's a candidate to start a fresh new trend to the downside. Euro yen, still very bullish trending. However, it's been consolidating here at the top here, which is making the daily look very ugly here. The longer this consolidates, the higher the probability it's going to come down to its major support level, which is at 138.44. If it breaks that level, it will go for its first major pullback. Resistance on this guy is going to be about 143, about 75. Euro NOK, really bullish trending here. Finally gone for a pullback here and trying to sit there and go for a first major pullback in here. Resistance level is going to be 27.72, and the next one's going to be 32.23. Support level is going to be even 2,000 to the downside. Euro New Zealand, really not doing anything here except consolidating here, and this is ugly consolidation pattern here, but this is still, if you look, to tilted to the bearish side completely. So this does have a high probability of sitting there retesting that low, so definitely keep an eye on New Zealand. It held a major resistance level, which is at 61.40. As long as it holds that resistance level, this does, believe it or not, have a high probability of retesting that low, which we just shown a minute ago, which is roughly around 5200 down there. So that's a potential of 700-point move to the downside for the New Zealand. So definitely keep an eye on that one. So two trades so far to keep an eye on is New Zealand going down and also Euro Pound going down. So both of them have Euro as a weakness in both of those currencies. Euro SEK, really not doing anything, consolidating slowly going upwards. Support on this one's going to be about 89.89. Resistance is going to be about 9,000. Euro USD slowly moving up, but in an ugly fashion. Support on this one's going to be about 36.30. As long as it maintains that support at 36.30, this could slowly keep on going up in an ugly fashion as much as it wants. Resistance is going to be 39.50. Pound Australian. If you look at pound Australian, it's bullish trending here. Finally did a pullback, a medium pullback to a major support level, which is about 7,900. It's a very, very critical level. If it breaks that support, then it's going to go for its first major pullback. If it holds it, it has to sit there. It will come back up to about 83.16, which is first minor resistance level. If it breaks that, then it's going to retest the high, and then we'll have to see exactly what it does from there. Pound Switzy, really not doing anything at all. This is bullish trending and now consolidating. So this is consolidation, believe it or not. It's still tilted to the bullish side. So it can sit there, break out, and go retest the high up here. So this is still tilted to the bullish side, so keep an eye on that one. Support on this one's going to be 46.66. Resistance on this guy is going to be, we're at a minor resistance right now. The next one's going to be about 4,800, 48.50. Pound yen. So if you look at pound yen, still bullish trending here to the top side, consolidating here, which is causing this consolidation pattern here. Support on this guy is going to be 165.72. Resistance is going to be 174. Pound New Zealand, if you look here, this is one ugly pattern, so we're going to ignore this one. Resistance is going to be 46.55, and support on this guy is going to be roughly about, I would say, about 8,900. Pound USD, still continuing its journey to the top side here in an ugly fashion. It'll do that as long as it maintains the support at 63.37. Resistance is 6,800. New Zealand CAD here, you can see New Zealand CAD is being very, very strong, still going on very strong, both trending on both the daily and the weekly. New Zealand Switzy, it's taking a little while to load. We're just waiting for this. New Zealand Switzy here is basically consolidation pattern. It's a bullish momentum, but consolidating here at the top now, so it's still tilted towards the bullish side, believe it or not. So the resistance on this one 7,700. Support on this one's going to be about 7,400. New Zealand yen. This is bullish trending right now to both the daily and the weekly. Still going on very strong. Support on this one's going to be 85.19. Resistance is going to be roughly about 89. New Zealand USD. This is basically at a major resistance right now, 8,700. It's in an ugly consolidation pattern there. The bottom of that consolidation pattern, believe it or not, is 7,700 long term. Minor support on this one's going to be about 85.25. Singapore yen, this is bullish trending, but it's consolidating it at the top. So it's at a resistance at 82. Support on this one's going to be about 78. US CAD, which has been an interesting one with nice bullish run here, finally going for a little pullback here. It's getting close to a major support level at 9,900. If it breaks out, the next support level is going to be 773, but it should sit there and hold a 900 level. If it does, then it'll sit there and start making a move back up to the resistance level, which is about 1,093. US Switzy here is bearish trending, slowly trickling downwards right now. Resistance on this one's going to be 89.73. Support, we're at a minor support right now, but it could sit there and get all the way down to, believe it or not, about 86.50. USD DKK, bearish trending slowly in an ugly fashion going down. Resistance on this is 47.62. Support on this is going to be about 3,600. USD Hong Kong, ugly pattern here, nothing even worth talking about. US yen, bullish trending here. Support on this one's going to be about 101.10. Resistance is going to be about 104. But this is consolidation more and more. It's got to sit there and break out, otherwise it's going to pretty much fail. US NOK is ugly to a point it's not even worth talking about. USD SEK is ugly too, so we'll skip that one. And USD Singapore is ugly too, so we'll skip that one. So if you look at overall the currency market, we talked about potential trades coming up that could start trends. You want to definitely keep an eye on the Euro Pound. Euro New Zealand is basically being bearish and starting trends to go downwards, so the Euro being weak. You also notice that on here the pound is very strong, And you notice the pound, a lot of it is basically still have some upside movements there. It's pulled back, but they still have some upside movements there on the pound side. So definitely keep an eye on them. But the pound Australian is probably the best potential here. If it's going to go up with the biggest reward, this is it right here where it has to hold this support level there. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this week for the currencies. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks.